The black paintings are a series of 14 grotesque imaginary scenes painted by Francisco Goya, a famous Spanish courtesan artist. None of the paintings were dated, signed, or titled by Goya. In fact, they were never intended for public viewing. All we know is that they were made between 1819 and 1823. It is key to understand that because the artist didn't leave any explanation to why he made the paintings or what they meant, all we can do is speculate and link them to his life to try and understand their meaning. Personally, the way everyone is trying to figure out what was Goya trying to tell in these paintings is what drove me into this topic. Historians were the ones to give each painting a name and title the entire series the Black Paintings, because of the dark tones and predominance of black. The black paintings were applied in oil on the walls of La Quinta del Sordo, the villa we can see in the pictures, which was the one Goya bought. Here we can see the original distribution of the paintings. On 1873, the paintings were transferred to canvas and brought to the Museo del Prado, where they are today. By 1819, the year the paintings were made, Francisco Goya had been through the Peninsular War fought by Napoleon against Spain. He had witnessed the chaos as the Spanish government bounced back and forth between a constitutional monarchy and an absolute monarchy. Also, throughout the war, Goya remained in Madrid, where he faced panic, terror, and hysteria, so he was exposed to constant anxiety and fear. And lastly, the artist had become deathly ill a number of times, occasionally fearing he was going mad. One of these illnesses had left him deaf. After all of this, Goya withdrew into the villa on 1819 until 1823. By having these facts in mind, it is easier to understand what made Goya produce the black paintings. After all, it wasn't a commissioned work, meaning that the artist had an urge to express his torment through his works at peace in his home. One of the black paintings in particular, probably the most known of the series, is Saturn devouring his son. It is said to be a poignant visual representation of Goya's fragile psychological state, or the way war destroys people. The painting with the clearest meaning, Duo with Cudgels, shows two peasants fighting each other with their legs stuck in a quagmire, unable to escape from one another except by beating their opponent to death. Most scholars agree that this represents Spain's violent civil war at the time. Stuck in their home country, the only way forward for each side was victory. But to understand the meaning behind the Witches' Sabbath, where a group stares in horrified fascination at a demonic goat man, or Atropos the Fates, where four jet black figures cover a woven landscape, you would have to ask Goya.